Yeah, I was up in Humboldt County, California. That's way up north. And so up there it's like a hippie culture.
Mm.
And I was out there and I had the dreadlocks. I used to smoke the weed and stuff, and I just learned that magic was real, and I was trying to be around magical people,
Mhm.
and so the hippies, I just gravitated to them. And actually, I started walking barefooted because we were doing slacklining. It's like practice for tightrope walking, and so I did that barefooted, and I linked up with these people, and they do this whole Earth First movement, which is defending the trees, and they protect like old growth forest. And they just walk around barefooted, a lot of them, because they're hippies. And so I just started walking barefooted with them because I wanted to catch that vibe. I wanted to be magical like them, and so that's what really inspired me to start it. And it was really cool experience. At first, it was really hard. So like I would start off walking about 2 miles a day down the highway, and there was like it's really dirty out there, in Northern California, because people just litter on the side of the road. So I was like walking on broken glass and all the other kind of garbage that's on the sides of roads on the highway. And but I would do 2 miles. We would do like a mile, and go and grab sticks and different stuff and bring them back to the house that we were all camped out at, because we were like just squatting in some dude's house or somebody's house. We don't know whose house it was. We were just squatting in it because that's how they roll out there. And we were like building a garden in the yard and stuff like that. And we kept going down the road to get wood. And it was hard at first. Like I couldn't even walk. You know what I mean? At first, like the day after, I wouldn't even do nothing. I would just sit back, for like a day or two, because my feet had blisters and all the rocks and different shapes of stones and everything that I stepped on. But after a little while, it got really easy to do, and I started to be able to run barefooted. And I got better at slacklining, and I could find my balance on the slack line. And I just didn't have a need for shoes. It really didn't feel natural after you go barefoot for so long. It doesn't feel natural to wear shoes because you connect to the earth. You get like this calming sensation. It's like the negative ions. You actually feel it. It's a medicinal act, kind of. You know what I mean? It's a medicinal thing. If you walk around barefooted enough, you don't want to walk with your shoes on. It doesn't feel comfortable. Your feet start sweating. But grocery stores, they didn't like it. They used to kick me out of stores all the time because I was barefooted with my hippie friends. But it was cool because I lived in a town called Arcata, and it's so hippie. Like they don't really care about the shoes there, just the grocery stores, because most people there actually walk around barefooted. It's a trip. Like if you ever get a chance to go down south, because I know you're in Washington, you can go and check Arcata out. It's the best place to go in Humboldt County for sure. It's the most beautiful place out there. Um, it's got amazing culture, and you can meet all the hippies out there. You'll see it, like people slacklining, and it's just like a circus. As soon as you get there, it's like the hippie circus of the nation. And it usually fit in great with your magic, because out there people are totally into it and they dig it.
Nice, nice. So, what are some of the health benefits that you gain from doing barefoot walking?
Well, um, my feet didn't get sore after long trips and stuff like that. I can go pretty much anywhere. I don't know where my dog went to. Come here. So the health benefits I got was, yeah, I just got tougher basically, and it felt better. Um, because I don't know, I wasn't really dealing with any health issues per se that were messing with me. I just kind of did it because I wanted to be more magical. I felt more connected. So that's one thing that's for sure. I felt more connected, and I felt like I was just more a part of nature, and I was able to feel energy easier. Um, and because I slept outside too. I never slept inside. I slept outside. Sometimes we do tents or teepees, or I just sleep right underneath trees and stuff like that. And I like lived out in the rain and stuff because man, it was intense. We were hiking up in the mountains, and barefooted and different stuff. Like I wasn't always able to do that barefooted, but since I was barefooted, like when you walk, like I don't know, like 20 miles, and you're carrying bags on you, with like 60 pounds of like food in different metal cans and stuff like that. You don't get blisters on your feet, when you're traveling from being barefooted. And I know a lot of the people who would try to do that stuff with us, they couldn't really make it because their feet would get really blistered up and stuff like that. So I guess that would be one health benefit, is that like my feet were tough enough to where I didn't get damaged doing some really radical hiking to protect the forest out there.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. So it's something that your sorry, I can't talk right now. Your body can kind of acclimate to gradually and stuff like that. And yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I started off with 2 miles a day walking on the street. And so you could probably do less than that, to be honest. Or about that, because it wasn't like the hardest thing ever. At first it was, because when you walk on pebbles and rocks and sharp little things, like they'll cut your feet and they'll hurt and you'll be uncomfortable. But after like, I want to say like 2 weeks of that, your feet are tough. From that point on, your feet are like much tougher. And so it
Wow.
doesn't
Okay.
take
Okay.
long to adjust.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So that's that's amazing. I actually didn't know that. So it sounds like yeah, we all need to be you know doing that.
The evening time or early in the morning and just walk on the sidewalks. And then when you cross the street, every once in a while you'll get like the offset of the rocks and stuff like that, because walking in grass is really easy. And I don't know if that's going to build like your toughness. It's definitely good for earthing and for getting those negative ions, but
Right, right. So just to be politically correct here, earthing and barefoot walking is different, right? I mean, or is it the same thing? It's essentially the same thing, right?
I think it's a little bit different, because barefoot walking, you're going all over different surfaces, and earthing, you're like connecting with like the dirt in the grass or the
Hmm.
sand or whatever. And so
Hmm.
like when you walk on asphalt on the street, like since you're sensitive to energy, you would be able to tell immediately. Like asphalt is not conductive or something. Like it doesn't feel right under your feet. It's weird. It feels gross. But concrete, like the sidewalk, the regular concrete on the sidewalk is cool, and the grass is really nice, and like dirt is nice, and so is sand. Sand is nice, but when it gets really hot, like that can get tough on you too. And if you really wanted to start off like easing your way into it, I would start off in the grass and the sand, like on a beach or something. But if you
Hmm.
want to like make it happen faster than slower, I would say just walk down the sidewalk barefooted, or like walk down the street. You don't necessarily have to do it like I did walking down the highway, but it out there, like that's, it's like hippiesville. So when you're around hippies, that's just how they get down.
Cool, cool, awesome, awesome. Okay, okay. Well, so do you have any tips and advice for people that are looking into, trying out this barefoot thing at all? Any final thoughts?
Oh man, what I'd really like to do, like a tip, is to like just do it. Like don't be scared. People are
Hmm.
gonna judge you and stuff like that. The
Hmm.
grocery stores might kick you out or
Hmm.
whatever. Don't care, just don't care, whatever. Like they're weird anyway, because they're not woke enough to like test anything out. Like when people judge you, that's how I feel, at least. Like if someone judges me for it, it's because they're scared inside and they don't have faith that they could achieve that. And so don't let people judge you if you want to walk around barefooted. You know what I mean? And I did it to toughen myself up, really. And I thought it would give me some type of supernatural connection to magic.
Awesome,
Which it
awesome.
probably did. But you know what I want to do is I want to start coal walking. And that's something
Oh,
that's been
awesome.
calling out to me for a while. And I know that like you can basically start a fire, spread the coals out, and you can cross them really fast. You start off crossing them fast, and then as you progress, day or weeks after a couple weeks or whatever of doing it, like you can start slowing your walking down through the coal. And from what I understand from that, that does have some really good benefits for your health, and
Nice. Cool.
even
Okay.
more so than just walking in the dirt. Because like if you sun gaze in the morning, walk around barefooted. When you sun gaze, like stand in the grass barefooted and walk out into and stare into the sun. Like it's such a powerful connection. It like completes the circuit because sun gazing alone, gets you feeling really good. But when you get the feeling from the earth, you know what I mean, underneath your feet, it's really good. And like especially if it's super cold. If it's super cold and you get your feet on the ground and you like do your Wim Hof breathing or whatever before then, and you go out into the cold and you just put your feet out into the cold ground, it feels so good. And especially when you're sun gazing, like it might shorten your session for sun gazing, but you still get like this insane amount of energy doing it that way.
Awesome, awesome. That's beautiful. Okay, well, thank you so much, Dwayne, for this information, and we'll check out Dwayne's YouTube channel, which is Genetic Awakening, and yeah, we'll talk to
Yeah,
you soon.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Much love, brother. Thanks for having me on.
yep, no problem.
All right, bye.